Welcome back. It's your girl Lilz, and today I want to talk about stewardship, learning how to be a good steward for God. Now, in order for me to understand this, I have to do my Googles, I have to ask and talk to God, and I really want to get a clear understanding of what this means and how I can apply it in my daily walk, in my daily life, and how it's been applied in my life. And when I looked up definitions, ultimately it came down to being responsible and taking care of the resources and things that God has blessed us with, but also giving back and being of service to help others. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, that seems fairly simple. I get it. Just be a good person. Take care of the land that we have. Take care of others, help others, be of service. But then I was immediately quick to just jump to help. Let me keep posting on social media. Let me post on my business channel to help people, be self-employed and to have more self-awareness and self-love and self-care so they can last and have longevity in their career. And then I paused and I thought about the definition again. And how it comes down to, taking care and giving back with cheer and joy and being responsible, management. And I realized it's so easy to do that for other people. But at my big age of 40, how much of that have I done for myself first? And I don't mean that in a selfish way, in a way that I'm going to avoid or ignore other people in the world, that I'm not going to give back. No. What I mean is, how have I been taking care of me and the body and the skills and the abilities that God has given me? How grateful am I for my mind, body, and soul? How grateful am I to feel comfortable in front of a camera to speak? How grateful am I, do I appreciate the fact that I have clothes to wear, that I can go outside, and that I have, access to cars and homes and things of that nature? And it really just, in a way, made me realize how much I wasn't taking care of myself for a majority of my life, whether it was through having debt, excessive binge drinking, blacking out, not remembering anything, not being able to speak properly, hiding my skills and talents because my hair was a mess, or because I was anxious, or I cared too much what people thought of me. And even people that I loved, I cared too much what they thought about what I would say or how I would do things, or that social media is not a real career. I was just so caught up in the judgment, in the unfair opinions and negative thoughts that were being said to me, that I just wouldn't post. Oh, they're smarter than me. They have their degrees. Oh, they have a family. They have this or that. They have, they work around the clock. Who am I? What do I have to offer? And I was depriving myself, and I was suppressing and suffocating my own skills and desire to create and learn how to be a steward and become a steward, that I wasn't doing anything. Now, if you go back to my video about being vulnerable, I talk about not wanting to post in front of people because I'm shy, or because I'm afraid they're going to make fun of me. And as I've gotten through these last 12 days, and I've also have other channels that I post on that have allowed me to express myself, but I know, looking back, these videos compared to those videos, I was barely hitting the surface with how I really felt and my emotions. And it wasn't really until this year, turning 40, it really wasn't until this year of me turning 40 that something clicked. And I was like, you know what? I'm so done with letting people dictate my life. I'm so done with allowing their perceptions, their voices, their existence to hinder me and to deprive me of what brings me joy, but also allows me to help others. I have a lot of life experience. I have a lot of business knowledge. I have a lot of things that I feel like God has blessed me with that I need to share. I need to talk it out. I can't be alone in this. You know what I mean? And if you are feeling lonely or feeling like no one can relate to you, I'm pretty sure a lot of the things that I've gone through, we can relate on. Growing up as a shy kid, being, having selective mutism, then just being awkward, and then growing up to be athletic, and then being the best on the team, and then that isolating me from my teammates, being put on older teams. Like, there's just a lot that I went through that I just never feel like I found my place in the world. And the more I explore those traumas or those life experiences, the more I realize maybe I'm not meant to have a lot of people around me. Maybe I'm not meant to be of the team, but maybe I'm meant to be more of the leader or the coach. You know what I mean? And I feel like I've shied away from that responsibility a lot of the time because I'm either intimidated, maybe there's a little bit of imposter syndrome, like I'm not good enough and I'm not qualified enough, or someone else can do it better than me. I'm afraid to use my voice, and I'm tired of just running away from that. I'm tired of running away from that responsibility. And that's played in the back of my mind over the years, like, you could be doing more, you're capable of so much more, but you got to let go of the fear. You got to let go of what could potentially happen, because you got to do the thing to get to the thing. And this takes work. This takes a lot of work on myself, working with others, and not allowing their opinions or their words to discourage me. I got very discouraged easily throughout a majority of my life, so I just would give up, and I would easily latch on to other people's lives and almost be so consumed in their lives that I would just truly abandon my own, and it wasn't until very recently in the last month that I realized how much I had abandoned myself completely, to the point where I don't even know who I am sometimes. So I'm on this journey now to learn and embody stewardship, but also learn who I am and making sure I'm taking care of myself, because there's only one of me, and God made me the way I am for a reason, and I have to embrace that. I have to appreciate that. I have to love that. And there's a bunch of turkeys right in front of me. I just saw a whole family of turkeys. God bless their lives. But every time I see turkeys, it reminds me of my Nana that passed away a few years ago. But going back to learning who I am, understanding who I am, loving, appreciating, and being grateful for who I am and my individual skills and gifts that God has blessed me with, and making sure I don't squander them, and making sure that I don't waste them and abandon them anymore. Making sure I don't abandon myself anymore, because that's not what I'm supposed to do. I feel like God places these amazing, beautiful blessings in my life, but also gives me treacherous, sad occurrences that I need to keep learning. And certain things have been repetitive lessons in my life that I feel like God is telling me, I'm giving you another chance. This is what I need you to do. Okay? And I need to just listen. And a big part of that is sobriety, which I will continue to talk about. So if you made it to this part of the video, welcome to my sober journey as well. Because it's no longer about, I need to just quit drinking for a month or a year. It's a forever thing, and I can't get too far ahead of the game because I'll get anxious and overwhelmed. I can only think about today. And I will share more about my drinking in future vlogs. But right now, I think it's important that I learn how to be responsible for myself. I learn how to use the gifts and the skills that God has blessed me with to talk to the people, to meet you all, to build community so we can feel less alone and have that confidence and that courage to take action on the things that we're supposed to be taking action on. I went so many years not taking action. How many times have I said, oh, I want to do YouTube full time. I want to do YouTube full time, but never fully locked in. I would think and assume and almost be arrogant to think, oh, I'll do 30 days straight. It'll pop off. It'll pop off. Nope. So I feel like God is giving me this time right now, this free time to post, to engage with the people, to really be intentional about what I speak about, what I talk about, who I attract to these, through my content. Because before I was just posting for selfish reasons, for self-fulfilling reasons. And it wasn't really to give back or to help others. But when I did, like on my business channel, shameless plug, Transaction Care, that channel did much better versus when I was just posting for fun or for hobby on my other channel, Fire Life. It did okay, but it wasn't garnering the results that I had envisioned in my mind. So I know God is blessing me right now with an abundance of time, and I don't want to squander it. I really do not want to squander it. I don't want to. What I do want to do is execute and take action. And that's another thing. Changing the way I speak as well impacts my ability to give back and to steward. So I don't want to focus on what I don't want to do, having that lack mentality. I want to focus on what I can do, what I will do. So if that means posting every single day, if that means posting on a weekly basis, I'm going to do what God tells me to do. Plain and simple. If I have to, like I said in my previous video, sacrifice and do things that I don't want to do, like wake up earlier or sleep later or do double the work because I know family's coming into town and I won't have time to create, versus what I normally would do is procrastinate and be lazy, then I'm going to have to do that. If it means I have to spend money that I have to spend on something, that was for saving for something else in order for my, to invest in myself, then I got to do it. Or to give back to someone else, then I got to do it. I'm going to do it. So I'm still learning about the concept of stewardship, but I feel like it's mostly going to be learned through action and not just reading. It's mostly through application and action that these principles that the Bible teaches as well, and through just living life day to day, are going to unveil and reveal themselves to me. And I really just want to be a better person. I'm working on forgiving myself for so many things that I've done over the past, and I'm just ready to break the chains, break the cycles, the negative generational cycles, and create better patterns for ourselves and better habits and more self-awareness and more self-love and self-care. And if that's something that I can do through this posting here or just existing in the world, then God continue to bless me in that field, and I will continue to show up. So yeah, if you made it this far, I truly, truly, truly appreciate you. Throw the praise hands up emoji in the chat so I can know you made it this far. And please hit that subscribe button. I truly appreciate it. I'm new, considering I have 20 plus years. Well, I guess you'd say 40 because I've been exposed to the church since a young age. But at 40 is my first time really challenging and questioning and being curious about learning about God's ways and Jesus's life and how it impacts me on a day-to-day, and how it's not just saying God first, love God or let's pray. It's really meaning it and knowing the meaning behind it and what it means to me, and having that deeper why in order to stay grounded in that decision to choose God, to be saved by Jesus. So thank you again for joining me on this journey. I appreciate you. All these 12 videos will be put into a playlist. So if you want to reference them, it's just my Learning How To at 40 series. I'm going to keep posting about it, but I want to post different content as well. But I thought this is a good start to this journey. And whoever's watching this, whenever you are watching this, I wish you nothing but the best. And just know you are not alone. We are in this together. And I'm going to keep learning. And it's your girl, Lilz. Remember, life is a blessing. and trust the abundance. Love you guys. Have a great day.